Hello everyone, Thomas here from ScaleCustomz, and in this video I'm going to show you guys this truck that is complete now. It is a 1972 Chevrolet Cheyenne pickup truck. This truck right here, out of all the models that I have built, is probably the most customized model. And I did say it is finished, but there is maybe one, maybe two, maybe a few little tiny details that I may add to it in the future, but for the most part this truck is done. And I have mentioned this multiple times in the past couple of videos that I recently just got back into building model cars, and before I had quit building model cars, this was one of the vehicles I was working on, and it sat in a box just with primer on it, and a lot of the parts to it that I wanted to add, like the rims and the rear bumper, which you'll see here in a second. So since I've gotten back into building model cars in the past, I don't know, couple of weeks, I have finally gotten around to pretty much finishing this truck, and now I'm going to show it to you guys. So like I said, it's a 1972 Chevy Cheyenne pickup truck. I'm not sure where the box is at. Oh, the box is over there. I'll get it in a minute. But if you're familiar with this truck, and if you see these weird lines, that's because of the checkered floor and the light from my phone. But it's a gold. Obviously, it's gold. If you get really close to it, it looks flaky. Also, some of that's dust, but it's got somewhat of a flake in it. One of the things I do want to do is paint the windshield wipers themselves. The blades need to be painted black. That's something that I need to do. Another thing that I want to do is maybe add these side pipes that go right here. They'll come like from the back of the front fender, and it will come along, and it will come out right here by the door, the back of the door, or whatever to call it, the corner of the door. But yeah, that's something I want to add. But like I said, for the most part, there's really nothing else to add to this truck. These rims came off of a die-cast model. It was like a Subaru WRX, and I don't know what scale it was. It was a lot bigger than this car, but I feel like the rims fit on this truck. I guess if you were to scale this to 1:1, those would be like 24s, 26s, something like that. I don't know. But the rims and the rotors in there both came off of a die-cast model, which I have somewhere. I don't know if I can find it, but if I can, I'll show it to you guys in a minute. The only stickers on this truck is that one right there. Let me see if it will focus. It doesn't really want to focus. There you can kind of see it. It says 396 turbojet, and I think that's really from a Camaro. And then in the front, on the hood, you can see like a Chevy bow tie emblem. Actually, no, that came off of an Impala. That's what it was. And then down there, you see it says Missouri, too low. So yeah, you can see the side. I've gotten rid of. I don't know if that's the right word. I've gotten rid of a lot of the body lines that were in this truck. There was body lines up here, and then a lot of body lines down here where you see it sticks out more than this right here. There was lines all along there, and I got rid of all those and made the truck as smooth as possible. You can kind of see where the gas cap was. I just like painted some silver there. Obviously I shaved the door handle off. It's just a custom truck. Let's get a look at the front of it. That's what it looks like dead on the front. This light's kind of messing with it though. I'll open the hood in a minute. And now we'll take a look at the other side really quick. It's pretty much the same thing. And this truck is in no way perfect, but it came out relatively good, I should say, because if you look, see where the tonneau cover meets right here, you can see a big gap, but on this side that gap's not really there, and that's because the bed of this truck is like twisted but it's hard to notice, really. I mean, if you were here in person, you'd probably notice it. I don't know. But like I said, this was years ago I started this truck, and for the most part, I think, in my opinion, it's turned out decently. Another thing I do want to do, though, is repaint this tonneau cover, because this was painted a long time ago. The truck, I recently painted it because, like I said, it was primer sitting in a box for many years. The bed has been painted for many years. It's in a box, and so it's been tossed around, and it just needs to be sanded down and repainted. You can see right there some paint missing. But yeah, the back of the truck, I got rid of where the taillights used to be. They used to be right here. They were like built into the side of the side rails of the bed of the truck. And as you can see, I molded the whole bed together. Like the tailgate is molded shut, and then I got the Chevy bow tie emblem in the back of the truck. You can see it. It's 3D. It's not a sticker. It's actually glued in there. I think that came off of this kit over here. I believe that came off that Chevy Cameo pickup truck, which I haven't really done anything to that truck. But I did take the emblem out of that kit and stuck it in here. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the emblem missing from that kit. I don't know. I'll just close the hole where it goes. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. The taillights down here are off of that kit. But as you can see, that kit has the taillights in it. And I'll probably show you guys that car in my next video. That is a 1969 Chevy Camaro Yanko SC 427 Coupe. But anyways, I'll show that in another video. But for some reason, that kit came with 2 sets of the same exact taillights. So I took one of the sets, and as you can see, I glued them into the bumper of this truck. So I think it looks pretty cool like that. So yeah, that's that. And then if I take the bed off, this is another thing about the truck, is that I almost have to keep the bed on it. Again, you can see it's kind of twisted, and that's just the way, when I was building this thing, I guess I wasn't taking my time or something when I was gluing the bed and molding it and all that back years ago when I was originally building this. Because if you look in the bed, you can see where I had to cut the wheel wells out and make it to where these wheels off that car would fit in there. And then you can see where when I molded shut the bed using green putty, it looks pretty ugly in here. That side's not so bad, but that side's pretty bad. So that's another reason I will be repainting the tonneau cover and leaving it on, is because it looks pretty ugly under there. But like I've seen other people say in their YouTube videos, I can't remember the guy's name exactly. I think it's Scale Model Customs Garage. You guys probably know who I'm talking about if you're really into this and you check people's videos out on YouTube. You probably know who I'm talking about. He's a pretty cool guy. But anyways, he said in his videos, I think it was him, I'm not 100% sure. It might have been someone else. But anyways, whoever it was, they said that they build them for themselves, and they're not entering them into a contest, which I'm not either. I'm just building this for myself, and also to share with you guys and see what you guys think, and also maybe give you guys some ideas or inspiration or whatever. It's cool. I think building little things like this can be a really cool thing, and can help people to keep things off their mind, negative things off their mind, help you to build with your hands and get better at that, because I like building things in general, and I like building things with my hand. So taking the hood off, another thing I don't like is underneath here, it got all weird when I was painting it, but luckily it didn't do that to the top. The top came out really good, as well as the rest of the truck, but for some reason, I don't know if there was something there, I don't know. But anyways, and this is something I want to get better at, is getting rid of like these mold lines. You can see the little circular mold lines there. Those are things that I normally wouldn't do, but now that I'm getting back into this, if I'm going to get back into it, I want to do things like get rid of mold lines like that, and stuff like that. And you'll see other things like that on other cars, and I'll probably point them out. But anyways, here's the engine in this truck. I was going to put a V10 Viper motor in this truck, and it fit in there, but I decided to keep the Viper motor for something else. I'm not sure yet. And you can see I've painted the battery over here, silver on top, and I've got the red for the positive. I don't have the black yet for the negative side, because since I have gotten back into this hobby again, I don't have all the paints that I need. I have some paints that were still good, and I've gotten a few new ones, but I didn't get black paint when I recently went to the hobby shop, because I thought the black paint I had was good, and I should have, you know, checked it before I thought that it was good. So I didn't get black paint, so I need to get some flat black as well as gloss black and paint that, as well as paint the windshield wiper blades. But as you can see in here, that engine, I can't recall what that came out of. I know it came out of a Chevy, so it fits that it's in a Chevy. It's got the Moroso valve covers. You can see the air cleaner right here, which I don't know what kit that came off of. I have a box full of parts over here. Let me grab it and show you. See all these parts in here? These are just I have so many random pieces and parts in here. Well, I found that air cleaner and it fit on there, so I glued it on there. So yeah, the engine's out of Chevy. The air cleaner is out of I don't know what. The radiator hose is off of a stock car, like a NASCAR stock car. And then the radiator that came with this truck, I couldn't find it until I glued this one in there that was in that random parts box and made it look like the hose is connected to it. But in reality, if I move this motor, which way is it? This way, the motor is loose. And that's because what holds the wheels on is a rod that goes through, you know, it goes from one wheel, it goes through the oil pan of the motor and then goes to the other wheel, and that's how the motor is mounted in there. But I want it loose, so when I take the body off, if I need to, that it's not right up against the radiator and it's not going to break the hose off or anything like that. Plus the gear shift lever in there, which I'll show you in a minute, it basically just keeps everything out of the way. So I just lift the motor up and then move it over and it stays right there. Now it's pretty solid. I just have to pull it over this way like I showed you. But yeah, I glued the radiator in there from whatever kit that came off, I don't know. Got the hose just running to there, and I know it's just touching it, but that it is what it is. Like I said, this kit, I was building this truck a long time ago. I just want to finish it before I move on to another kit. And not all my cars turn out like this, but this one was so customized that it's just, that's custom for you right there. I don't know. Yeah. Plus, like I said, I want to get this thing done and move on, so I'm kind of not really rushing it, but I'm kind of wanting to get it over with, which now it pretty much is. I just need to do a few paint touch-ups and maybe add those exhausts, and that will probably be it for it. But if you look inside the interior, you can see the speaker in there. That's just the water slide decal that I, got wet and stuck it in there, and so now it looks like the truck has a subwoofer in there. And then you can see the center console down there. It's got some brown in it, and then if you look, you got the brown glove blocks, the glove box. Let's see if I can get a good angle. You can see the steering wheel and the gauge cluster. It's got some brown and some silver in there, and then the gear shift lever. Like I said, let me see if I can do this. Like, the motor is loose. See, it's the floorboard is cut out, and you can see the transmission there, and I glued down on top of the transmission a chrome shifter, and then I painted the knob up there red, so you can kind of see all that back in here. So yeah, that's this Chevy Cheyenne, 1972 Chevy Cheyenne pickup truck. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but I'm pretty sure I am. But let me prop my phone up. You guys can stare at the floor, or here, you can stare at that. I'll be right back in a second. Okay. So now I went and grabbed the box for this truck, and see right there, it's a 25 scale, 72 Chevy Cheyenne. I'm pretty sure it's Cheyenne. I don't know. It's a AMT, right? Yeah, AMT kit, Hot Trucks edition. And as you can see here, let's see if I can do this. Obviously the scale difference, but you can see the body lines that were up here in the top, right under the door handle. You can kind of see them. And you can also see where the gas cap was and the door handle. The gas cap, like I said, is still there, but it's been shaved down. I got rid of this turn signal, and where it says something, I can't read it even on the box. And then back here, I think it says something, obviously, like a F-150 if it was a 4, but it doesn't say anything because I took it off. And then all the body lines down here at the bottom, there was a bunch of them. I got rid of all of those and just made it smooth. And there was a different grille and bumper that looked more customizable, but I couldn't really get it to fit right. Even the truck itself, if you look really closely, it's kind of bowing a little, like right here in the center. It needs to be down more. Even just like that, it looks right there. I don't know, it's like very, very like slightly bowing, but whatever, it's no big deal. But anyways, that was my build that I've been basically, if you get down to it, I've been building this truck for many years, but I just took a break from it for like 4 or 5 years. And finally I have pretty much finished it. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys think it looks alright? I mean, personally, I think it looks alright. Like I said, it ain't perfect, but no model in reality is perfect. There are some that look perfect, but I don't think anything's perfect. But anyways, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys like that truck, and like I said, in the next video I'll show you guys my 69 Yenko over there that I have recently finished too. And until then, I will see you guys later. Have a nice one.